Welcome to the Word of the Week. I know that you're looking at this video and you're saying, what is going on? John, where's all of your military stuff? Where's all the decorations? Where's all the American decorations you had in the background? Well, friends, we got some big news. My wife and I are moving from Texas to Florida. Yeah, it's something that just came recently. It's not something that we were planning. Early September, I started feeling an urgency that we were to go to Florida, and together my wife and I, we sought that out. We got with Pastor Troy and Leanna at Open Door Church, where I'm on staff, where I'm a pastor there. We sought counsel. Pastor Troy and Leanna counseled us as well, and man, we're stepping, and it is, wow. Can I tell you something? It's a bit scary. But we're stepping in faith. And maybe today that's the word of the week. What happens when God calls you somewhere, or what happens when the season changes? Can you transition with it? Can you follow God? How about, can you follow God when you don't have the blueprints? When you have a destination, but you don't know how and what and who and all the things that we need to know. You know, I'm a military man, and 20 years in the military, former Green Beret, then became Army officer. I'm the guy that needs to know, wants to know. I mean, there was nothing that I ever did without a plan. And friends, when God tells you to go, like Abraham, if you go back to the book of Genesis, God called Abraham to go, to leave his family and to go. And he said, I'm gonna show you where I'm gonna go, because one day your family is gonna live in this land. So he led him to Canaan, which is now modern day Israel. And friends, there's many of us that God is moving us, he's transitioning us, and he's telling us to go. And we have a destination, but we don't have the specifics. And it's really a leap of faith. How many of you can trust God in the midst of a leap of faith? Well, right here, can I just be honest with you? Can I just share my heart? Recently, it was a struggle. You know, I love to tell you, like, oh my goodness, I love the Lord, I follow the Lord, I honor the Lord. And then when he says, okay, pick up your family and go, and I'll tell you when to stop. Wait, all of a sudden you're just like, wait. Hold on, time out, God. Like, I work at Open Door Church, and I started this new podcast, and I have this new studio that you built for me. I mean, God, what about? I mean, but honestly, the truth is, the position at Open Door Church doesn't belong to me. It belongs to him. This podcast studio doesn't belong to me. It belongs to him. This right here, what I'm doing for him online, doesn't belong to me. It belongs to him. I'm merely the steward of it. So when the owner makes a decision and says, we're switching gears. By the way, here's what I need you to do. As a steward, as a servant, my job, and as a good soldier, is to say, yes, sir, moving out. I'm going to execute. And friends, that's what I've been doing lately. I've been stepping in faith. And it's crazy, because even though I don't have a roadmap, I have a destination, but I don't have a roadmap. I believe that God has been placing the stone that I need right in front of me for the very next step. I can't see 3 and 4 steps ahead, but I can only see the step ahead of me. John, here's what I need you to do. You need to meet with Pastor Troy and Leanna and let them know that I'm moving in this direction with you. Yes, Lord. Boom, that stone is in place. Hey, you need to go and put your house up on the market. Lord, you mean the home that you gave me? Yep, put it on the market. Boom, step. You know, as I've been sharing this story with some of my closest friends, they're like, John, there's an Indiana Jones movie, one of them where he has to get from one point to another, and there's no walking path. And in that part of that movie, Harrison Ford plays Indiana Jones, is standing, and he said, "It's a leap of faith." And as Indiana Jones goes to make a step, and there's no floor. There's no floor until he takes the step. And as he takes the step, all of a sudden, a path begins to get laid out and he's able to walk. Friends, I want to challenge you today, because there's some of you that God is asking you to take a leap of faith. I don't know what that's in. For me, God is asking me to leave my job, to leave my family here at Open Door Church. I'm not leaving them in spirit, I'm not leaving them in heart, but he's asking me to leave them in location. And it's scary, but the truth is, I'm just stepping in obedience. And so friends, God is going to ask you to do something, and you're not going to have all the blueprints, but you're going to step. And I will say this, that my wife and I had to be in unity. If my wife and I were not in unity, I would not have stepped. So as you progress, if you feel God is leading you, there's going to be some people, because I believe that we just entered a season change. There's something that happened. We also hit the new Hebrew New Year. So we went from 5785 to 5786. And so there's something new that happened. And also I'm going to say that all this started happening at the head of the new year, at Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur. During the fall feast, God's appointed times, is when God began to make this move and make this shift. Here's something else. I spent 7 years up here in Texas. So I went on the staff at Dave Reaver Ministries 1 October 2018. 1 October 2025 was Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement. And that is the day, that is the time frame that I hit 7 years. I hit completion. I hit fulfillment. So whatever God needed me to do over these last 7 years were, I believe, are complete. And then all of a sudden it was like, you're moving. Here's something else for you. I believe that a lot of what is happening in this move is for restitution. There was a lot that my wife and I lost in a short period of time with family. And I believe that God is restoring what we lost. And so, when we think about God and we think about God using us, a lot of times it's like, oh, it's all about how God can use me, what's my next assignment? But what if God just wants to bless you? I believe a lot of my move has to do with how God just wants to love my wife and I. And how do I say no to that? And I know it's like the church, we're just like, oh man, like you're supposed to give it all away and you're just supposed to be poor for Jesus. Like, well, guess what? God can feed the poor, heal the sick, raise the dead, and he could provide for you. And he could feed 5,000 with a few loaves and some fish. And so if God chooses to bless you, friends, it's not always going to be about what he can do through you. You got to remember that God is a very, very good Father. And there's some days where he just takes delight in you dancing. He just takes delight in you being with your kids. He just takes delight in you resting. He just takes delight in you. So as you take this leap of faith, don't be afraid to step. You may not see the path. There may not be a stone in front of you. But if God has called you, you will not fall flat on your face. Friends, this is the word of the week. All right, don't forget, go to alifetransformed.com, sign up at our YouTube channel. Make sure, especially during this move, that you're subscribed to our A Life Transformed YouTube channel. You can get that at alifetransformed.com, and you can get all of our new swag. All right, until next week, this is the word of the week. Bye-bye.